Welcome to a fine gaming experience, everyone. We've been through a lot, but this is it. We're finally going to confront Jade at long last. Trying to use our sister against us was a dirty trick, but we finally managed to free her. It's time for justice. It's time for revenge. It's time we got moving. Obelisk is floating near Scand, as mentioned last episode. Despite its appearance, it only counts as a single tile, so you may find it hard to fly into. This part right here is why we needed to do the running around for the Mole People quest. With the proper item and training, Mogu can dig into Obelisk for us. Coincidentally, it's the last time we'll ever be using him in the party. The final dungeon is, for the most part, a series of narrow paths with moving platforms. Plenty of wrong paths you can take here, and very easy to miss the few items. Blaze X, or Devil Ghost as it was originally named, is one of the more annoying enemies here. They're capable of hitting the entire party with a blast attack for 50 damage, or an earthquake for 80. The real pain in the arse comes from their Bolt X spell, which can nail someone for up to 400 damage. Which kills most characters outside Karn in one hit. Luckily, you've only got to whittle through 2,400 hit points. Considering this is the final dungeon, remember to use all those good items you've been saving for a rainy day. As you'll see next episode, one of the methods for beating the game uses a lot of healing items, so you might want to load up. Some of the pathways here make odd shapes and symbols, like the stick figure or the heart path. All I can think is that it might be part of the goddess trying to convince you she's benign. Well, hello there, sir. Be over in a minute. The Flame Hammer can't be equipped since Karn's fused right now, but it's kinda crap. It's equal in attack to the Spine Hammer Ox had before, and it's two-handed. They really could have put something better in this chest, considering where we are. Blue hits level 40 and learns her final spell, Comet. It hits all enemies for 400 damage but costs 75 AP, so use it wisely. Emperor Jade? Oh, that's right cheeky of him. And try he will, but on the next floor. Gives you a good opportunity to top up your health and mana if needed. After quite a while, we're finally able to take down the last of Jade's lieutenants. From what I researched, Goda was surprisingly his original name as well. And, on a personal note, this is the guy who inspired my bricks handle. I really hate to say it, but Goda is a pretty terrible boss. His stats are nuts, and his total hit points are a whopping 11,000. But that's pretty much it. No spells or special abilities. Just a basic fighter boss. I'd really whoop him if I used Agni, but I'm saving that treat for Jade, so hope no one minds if we just skip to the end of this fight. You were a one-trick pony, dude. Pardon the rock pun, but it wasn't hard. Might want to top up again after you're done with Goda. You have to like how we go through his Looney Tunes-esque hole in the wall to continue. These 4 platforms each go to different islands with stairs, but each stairway leads to the same part on the next floor. While this level looks pretty interesting with the hearts, pillars, and such, it's a bit annoying. The moving platforms and walls turn a relatively small room into a long, winding path to get to the next stairs. The good news is, there's new enemies here. In Japan, Golem had the additional title as Jelly Golem. It's another basic fighter enemy with good stats and 3,000 hit points to keep it going. As Goda just proved though, basic fighter enemies aren't that much of a threat anymore. On an interesting note, there's a bug in the code for any enemies with M as its 5th or 7th letter. The game considers them equipped with a dream ring thanks to this, so hold and paralyze spells won't work at all. It would be nice if this floor had a treasure chest or two for all the extra pathing you're forced into. It brings back the claw enemies and also has their undead cousins, so battling regularly can be a bit of a slobber knocker. If it wasn't for the experience, I'd consider popping a Marble 3 here. Ruga was originally known as Homunculus, and is quite the odd foe. It's got a lot of attack power, and all the basic gremlin attacks we've seen so far, including its party-hitting breath attack. While it's packing 3,500 hit points, its defense and wisdom are almost non-existent, so he'll take tons from your attacks. A pretty poor glass cannon in the end. This level is just like the floor 2 above here, where all the side islands go to the same location. We would never join you. At least not in this video. At long last, we're going to take down Jade. And I bet you didn't think he would look like this. You can tell how I came up with the episode title now. And for our revenge, I'm pulling out the Agni form. One of the reasons I haven't used it till now is that it's a bit of an I win button. Agni gives you max hit points, max non-elemental damage, and a ton of defense to back it up. If you're packing enough healing items and know when to use them, victory is practically assured. As for Jade himself, he's quite the tough customer. With a stat line better than Goda and 25,000 hit points, mostly in his first bar, this is not going to be a quick fight. The red ball toss is Jade's basic physical attack. His particle rain special with the smaller yellow orbs hits the whole party for basic physical damage. But as usual, it's the spells we need to worry about most. The entire party can be hit with a blizzard for about 100 damage. Bolt X will do up to 400 and always targets your leftmost character. And if he's feeling really mean, he'll rarely cast Shock and will very likely kill that party member. Even if it's our hero transformed into Agni, which is a bit surprising, but makes for a good counter. It's clear that Jade made contact with the goddess, but not what he wished for. Probably something along the lines of wishing to be more powerful, or strong enough to rule the world kind of jazz. As we'll see though, the goddess likes to make some suggestions of her own, and has a golden tongue when it comes to persuading some people. I do find the form he takes sort of Lovecraftian, which might say something about Tyr. I guess once you start reaching godlike levels of power, be it dragon god or other, your appearance is going to get pretty inspired. As you've seen, with our Agni form, we've had a pretty easy time. I'm even playing it extra safe with my healing and could mostly push it to another turn or two later. The one thing that can stump you in the final dungeon is not packing enough healing items to get through all the fights properly. As one of my observant viewers commented, I would have been a lot better off hunting every single white deer I could for their MP recovery horns. Well, yes. Payback for Sarah, if nothing else. Oh, I bet we will enjoy meeting her. But first, some hidden items. The Star Hammer is one of Ox's best weapons. It's one-handed, has massive attack power, and will cast freaking Comet if used as an item. Our other item is more hidden, but at the right hand of the Emperor, his sword rested. The attack power on this is just ridiculous, and considering we fight mostly single targets here anyways, switching off the boomerang's not really an issue. All that's left now is to meet the Goddess of Destruction Tyr. We've heard a lot about her, but what will it be like to finally come face to face with a god? This has been our destiny from the beginning, and if we fail here, the world will be in her hands. I hope you join me next time, and take care all.